Hello, church family. I'm Michael Johnson from the Church of the Advent, where our lead pastor is Dr. YDB Thurgood Jr. and our leading lady, missionary Nikisha Thurgood. Thank you for joining us this morning at the Hour of Victory Sunday School. Do me a favor. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe on our social media platforms. Today is June 25th, 2023, and the title of our lesson is The Glorious New Creation. Our Bible basis is from Isaiah chapter 65, verses 17 through 21, 23 through 25. And the Bible truth states, God is eternal. Our memory verse is from Isaiah chapter 25, verses 17 through 18. And it reads in the King James Version, See, I will create new heavens and a new earth. The former things will not be remembered, nor will they come to mind. But be glad and rejoice forever in what I will create. For I will create Jerusalem to be a delight and its people a joy. Now, before I read the Bible text, we recommend you read these additional scriptures and incorporate them in your reading of this text. And we'll start with Psalm 19, 7 through 14, Romans 3, 9 through 20, Romans 5, 6 through 14, Isaiah 42, 1 through 9, Revelation 21, 1 through 7, and Isaiah 65, 17 through 21, 23 through 25. On to our focus text in King James Version, Isaiah chapter 65, starting at verse 17. And it reads, For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing and her people of a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and enjoy my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that have not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. And then they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of the trees are the days of my people, and the mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble. For they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in my holy mountain, says the Lord. Everything in God's creation was virtuous, right, and beautiful. Then Adam and Eve rebelled against God, fell into sin, and all of creation suffered. Now the wonderful creation of God was scarred by the advent and the growth of sin. And as the ultimate answer to the problem of man's sin, God will create new heavens and a new earth. The glorious 1,000-year reign of Jesus, when this very earth and sky is done away with, God makes new heavens and a new earth. Now Peter used this promise to encourage believers to holy living. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth in which righteousness dwell. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 13. Now in the book of Revelation, John also sees this. Now I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no more sea. And this Revelation chapter 21, verse 1. From John's context, we can see that this new heavens and the new earth comes from the great white throne judgment, Revelation 20, verses 11 through 15. And it's connected not with the millennial earth, but with the eternal state. If all we have to go by was Isaiah's statement, we would automatically connect this new heavens and a new earth with the millennial earth. Because immediately after Isaiah 65, verses 17 through 19, we clearly find the millennial earth being described. But based on what we find in 2 Peter and Revelation, we must see that Isaiah is in the prophetic habit of switching quickly from one time frame to another. Speaking of the eternal state in Isaiah chapter 65, verse 17, and of the millennial earth in Isaiah chapter 65, verses 20 through 25. I create Jerusalem as a rejoice. This will be a Jerusalem in the eternal state, in the new heavens and the new earth. Revelation describes in stunning imagery the descent of the new Jerusalem from heaven to the new earth. That's Revelation 21, 2 through 27. It is in this Jerusalem that the eternal new Jerusalem, that the voice of weeping shall no longer be heard in her, nor the voice of crying. John clearly connects this promise to the new Jerusalem, and God would wipe away every tear from their eyes. There should be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. There should be no more pain, for the former things have passed away. Revelations 21 and verse 4. There should be no more shall there be an infant of days, nor of an old man who has not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years, and the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. People will no longer have their lives cut short. Both infants and the elderly will enjoy improved prospects of longevity. This is not a promise that death would be no more, as in the New Testament, but it is instead a promise of longevity. The mention of 100 years is hyperbole, because we have no record of people that time routine living to be more than 100 years old. The point is that people in the new era would experience significantly longer lives. The Old Testament includes a number of fertility curses imposed by God on sinful people. You shall be betrothed a wife, and another man shall lie with her. You shall build a house, and you shall not dwell therein. You shall plant a vineyard, and shall not use its fruit. In Deuteronomy 28:30, and also in Amos 5 and 11, and Micah 6 and 15, and Zephaniah 1 and 13. But now we have the opposite of the curse, a blessing that cancels the curse, a promise that those who labor will enjoy the fruit of their labor. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. This reiterate in slightly different words the promises in verse 21. For all as the days of the trees shall be the days of my people. People admire for trees many reasons: their beauty, their productivity, and their strength. Here is their longevity that is in view. Unlike grass of the field, which today exists and tomorrow is thrown in the furnace, trees live for decades. Others often do centuries, and a few through millenniums. So we are accustomed to seeing trees that have been here long before we were born and will be here long after we die. Now, most of us will be glad to trade our human longevity for tree longevity. The promise here, again, hyperbole, is that we will enjoy the kind of longevity that is routine for trees. And my chosen shall long enjoy the works of their hand. This repeats the promise in verses 21 through 22a, that the people shall build their houses and inhabit them. The added dimension in the phrase, my chosen, God chose Israel many centuries earlier, but they had sinned. The result was this curse: you shall betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. You shall build a house, and you shall not dwell therein. You shall plant a vineyard, and shall not use it. The curse is now reversed, so that God's chosen shall live long and enjoy the works of their hands. Now let's jump to Isaiah 65, verse 25. And it reads, the wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. Now, much earlier, the prophet promised the wolf would live with the lamb, and the leopard would lie down with the young goat. The calf, the young lion, and the fattened calf together, and a little child will lead them. Now, God reiterated the promise he made to the chosen. We see a world where predators coexist in peace and with the prey. and the dust shall be the serpent's food. This allude in Genesis 3, verse 14, when God cursed the serpent, saying, on your belly you shall go, and you shall eat dust all the days of your life. Now God says once again that the serpent's food shall be dust, suggesting that the serpent would no longer be a threat to others' lives. This then represents a danger neutralization, another facet of the newly peace world. Now the holy mountain is Mount Zion, on which Jerusalem and the temple are located, and the dwelling place of God and the holy ground to the faithful. This is a promise expressed in poetic language that God's people would again enjoy peaceful lives on God's mountain. They will enjoy the new glorious creation. Join us next week where our lesson is Joyful Worship Restored. We will know that we should celebrate and express thanks to God for his goodness, desire to praise God for his goodness, and praise God for his goodness. You can get a jump start on next week by incorporating these scriptures into your daily home Bible reading, starting with Matthew 23, 29 through 39, Jeremiah 7, 30 through 8 and 3, 2 Kings 24, 1 through 12, 2 Chronicles 36, 15 through 21, Ezra 1, 1 through 8, Ezra 2, 64 through 70, and Ezra 3, 1 through 7. We hope you have a great day. Thank you for inviting us into your home week after week. The world is full of nice people, and if you can't find one, be one. God bless you. Have a blessed day.